Alright, ladies and gentlemen, we are live from Lucas Oil Speedway. I got a special guest with me up in the booth tonight, Mr. Hunter Wellman.
How you doing?
We're doing good, man. You guys put on a heck of a show at USA Speedway. Now we got the mini stocks here at Lucas Oil Speedway. Looks like they're going to put on a pretty good show as we see Larson Parker just send it into the wall.
Yeah, the Legends at USA was a really fun race. The whole field was almost in one giant pack for the whole night. Drivers ended up having to pit because we were about 5 laps short on fuel.
And so from what they were saying in the post race, Kenny only took one tire. He took a right front tire.
I ended up taking no tires. I just took fuel.
I think Brad said he took way too much fuel. Like he still had 90 laps in the tank at the end of the race.
Yeah, I made that same mistake too. I think it helped the car though to weigh it down a little bit.
A little extra weight.
Yeah, the tires are so skinny. You need it to handle a little bit better, especially with the track with such long straights and tight corners. I think Larson just dumped the car there.
I tell you, you guys put on a heck of a show. It was fun to watch.
It was fun to drive in until I decided to park it through the grass with 10 to go.
It needed mowing, you know, it's okay.
Very expensive lawnmower.
Alright, looks like heat race number 1 is on deck. Starting on the front row, we got Kenny Troughton, Larson Parker on the outside, Logan McNitt, and Bad Brad Steffen.
Me, Larson, Kenny put on a really good heat race there in the Legends. Hopefully these two can keep it going.
Yeah, I think you guys were 3 wide at one point.
It was a lot of fun. I think Kenny ended up spinning out and it hurt Larson's momentum, allowing me to take the checker.
It did. It was a pretty crazy last lap.
With only 4 cars in that heat, it was really good of a show.
It was nice to watch. Alright, looks like the lights are off on the pace car. We're going to go green next time by...
It's like Larson trying to put a Darlington stripe on his car on the front stretch.
It's the only series I've ever seen Larson run in where he doesn't have a beautiful looking painted up car. It's just solid black and looks like rattle can numbers.
Yeah, Larson almost has a complete opposite in the Legend series. He even went so far as to put little vent holes all over his car. Get a little extra horsepower out of it.
His Legends car looks pretty sweet. I do like Kenny's car here. I like the color combination he's running. Alright, green flag is out. Good.
Larson takes the high line, turn 1. Kenny dives down low.
Side by side down the back straightaway.
Larson will get clear just barely. Kenny throws it into the corner there, loses a little bit of momentum. Larson gets a little loose there, might give Kenny an opportunity. Dives low, gets alongside him. Can he keep the momentum coming out of turn 2? Kenny dives down low again.
Yeah, he's just throwing it in there. Ooh, it looked like they might have made a little bit of contact.
Ooh, and Larson gets loose, but he takes the lead back.
Troughton pounded that outside wall. Him and Brad Steffen.
Yeah, these cars can take a beating. You just need to be careful to not damage your wheels or your axle at all.
Now, if you hit it pretty flat, you should be okay, but you never know. Those tires do stick out a little bit.
Look at Kenny when he enters the corner. He has that thing sideways, just giving it all he's got.
Five laps to go. Running a slightly different line. He's going to get right to the back bumper of that 18 machine.
But Larson getting a little loose there. Kenny might have an opportunity down turns 1 and 2. He'll slide up to Larson's lane. Half a car length between the two.
I'm kind of a little shocked by the line these guys are running. They're staying up a lot higher than I kind of expected them to.
Yeah, Lucas Oil has some weird lines on the asphalt track. Kenny right there, trying to get just a little lower than Larson in the corners. Brad Stefan getting to the wall.
Yeah, I think that's the 4th or 5th time for him. Kenny's got a fender underneath the 18 as we're going to come out of the corner.
Larson is clear, but just barely. He's going to have to defend with all he's got. Kenny getting super sideways, trying to send it into the corner.
We're going to get the white flag this time by. Larson's led the whole thing, but that 25 has been all over his back bumper the whole race.
And Kenny gets to the wall just a little bit there, dives it down again. Almost trying to do a slide job, but he can't get the momentum to do it. Larson with a comfortable lead heading to turns 3 and 4. Kenny tries, but it won't be enough. Larson Parker will win heat race 1. Takes a little alternative line. Oh, Brad and Logan all trying to follow the leader there.
All right, heat race number 2. Small field, 3 cars tonight for this one. Starting on the front row, we got that 38 of Mr. Matt Moreau. And I did get notice that Dean Qualley will be in the 17 for this one. And then we got Justin Walbring back in the 666.
Yeah, it may be a small field, but these 3 can really put on a show.
And it kind of looks like the sun came out for this one.
I'm able to see more than 50 feet down the track. All that fog's gone now. Dean and Mick making a little contact with each other. A little more there. Looks like me and him out there on track.
Oh, here comes Justin. He's got to play too.
Starting to look like USA Heat 1 all over again. Justin trying to get some warmth in his tires. He's the only car starting in the second row. He's going to have to make a move early.
He is. Matt's been pretty strong in these mini stocks.
He has been very fun to battle with. Me and him were glued to each other all last race at Slinger. Unfortunately, neither of us did too well.
Point standings coming in tonight. Dean Qualley has a 5-point lead over Larson Parker. Matt Moreau is in third, 12 points behind Larson Parker. Austin Strang in fourth, who's not with us tonight. I'm in fifth. I'll get last place.
They're already 3 wide.
Oh, look at that.
Justin dives it into the corner.
Dean on that high side and got some power laying down.
Yeah, the high line looks to be the preferred lane for these guys right now. Dean with that clean air is able to take a lead. Justin on the inside trying to take it away from Matt Moreau for second. Justin has it sideways, just like Kenny in the last heat.
He had his hands full that time.
These cars are a little hard to catch once you get them sideways. Justin and Matt are doing a pretty good job. Real close there. Justin getting loose, having to correct. He'll lose the momentum. Matt will take second place back.
Dean's like watching these guys battle in his mirror because that's going to allow him to get a little bit of a cushion on him.
Yeah. Everybody else trying to battle plays right into Dean's hands. Dean is one of the best at tire saving in the mini stocks. It won't matter as much here, but when we get into these 50 lap or 75 lap features, you'll usually see him at the front of the pack.
Oh, Justin sent it in deep. He looked like he was about out of control on that one.
Yeah, with such short heat races, you gotta try something. You gotta try it quick. He'll send it in again, getting right about as sideways as last time. Watch a little up the track, maybe getting the wall. Justin in the wall on the front stretch. Very unfortunate for him.
Yeah, a little too sideways on that one. He jumped to the pits. So it's going to be a two-car battle now for the lead. Matt Monroe trying to close that gap down.
Very unfortunate for Justin, just trying to get as much out of the corner as possible. Overcorrected slightly and got into that concrete wall.
Oh, Matt's hard into that outside wall for a while.
So, Matt's trying to do a little Ross Chastain.
The watermelon man.
If there's no rule saying you can't, might as well try, right?
Exactly. There might be a rule against it next week, but there isn't at the moment.
Yeah, he got one shot to make it. But I think that move only hurt him here.
Yep. And in the lap before that, Matt did set down the fastest lap of the race with a 24.67 compared to Quali's fast lap of a 24.78.
Then there goes Matt again in the corner of your screen. Just out here having fun now.
Yeah, he ain't going to change where he finishes, so he's going to start on that outside row for our feature event.
Yeah, that'll help him a lot too. The outside seems to be much better on the restarts.
Bringing home that number 17 car in first place, we got Mr. Dean Qualley, followed by Matt Monroe. And after Justin Walbring spins, he's going to finish in third.
Dean bringing it to a slow stop on the apron. We will now be gridding up for our feature.
Alright, our heat race winner is going to be on the front row. Larson Parker, Dean Qualley. Row number 2, that 25 of Kenny Troughton. Matt Monroe on the outside. Bad Brad Steffen, P number 5. Justin Walbring in 6th. And Logan McNitt is going to be shotgun on the field in 7th.
We've got a really tight field today. That 18-17 have been battling about every race this season. We're going to have to see which one of them will finish ahead. A very tight points battle between these two.
Yes, it is, and I know Dean's going to try to do everything he can to get out in front of that 18. Starting on the high side, he's got the best shot on the start. Race number 2 of the Rusty Misfits mini stock series for tonight. We're off tomorrow night, and then we're going to be back Thursday night with our dirt car series, UMP Modifieds and mini stocks.
Yeah, dirt car will be a lot of fun Thursday night. I love racing in the UMPs there, and when I can keep it on track, I'm not too bad.
Those cars are a bit of a handful. Small learning curve, a lot of throttle control.
Oh, but they're a blast though, and they put on good shows. Green flag in the air. Larson on the inside, Dean Qualley on the outside. Larson goes low and Dean goes high. Both cars wash up a little bit, trying to get all that momentum for the straight. Looks like Larson by a bumper. He'll send it low and wash up again. Getting even
Larson
more
wasn't able to
contact
clean
there.
him.
Dean Qualley gets into the wall. That allows Kenny to get underneath him. Matt Moreau pushing Dean Qualley.
Oh, now
Oh,
Trouton's up
Kenny
into the
and
wall.
Larson. Kenny followed Larson right up into the wall there. That'll give Dean Qualley a little bit more momentum. Dean and Larson will be heads up right at the entrance of turn 3. Dean diving it low this time with Larson on the outside. Larson's able to get the momentum. Both cars
Oh,
get a
we got
little
a wreck.
sideways. We have a big pile up coming out of turn 4. That looks like Logan, Justin.
I
I
think it
think
started
Matt.
with the 89 machine. Let's see here.
Ooh, hard hit by the 89.
Yeah, it looked like he had gotten tight or tried to overcorrect there and just pinched Matt Moreau and Justin right into the wall. I was wrong. Logan was able to avoid it going all the way down to the apron where you see all the sponsors there.
Nice driving by the 60 car to stay out of that one. I don't think Justin got a whole lot of damage from that one, but we'll see what happens.
I don't think so either. I don't see any visible damage. He should be fine. Yeah, his body still looks 100%, and I can't see any internal damage.
That right front has got some damage to it. You can see where the hood's separated from the rest of the body there.
I can't see it now. Looks like Justin's got a new hood intake for that car. Add an extra 5 horsepower.
Like back in the old days when we used to flip the air cleaner lid upside down on our V8s.
I might have to do that with my Ford and hope it doesn't blow up.
Alright, first caution, lap number 5. These boys will have to settle down. We got a long ways to go. 75 laps is the distance here. They're going to get re-racked, restacked. Dean Qualley's going to be back on that outside for the restart.
Yeah, he'll have to do something different this time. Larson was able to get it from under him last time. Brad Stefane still trying to catch up. I believe he went to pit road.
Yeah, he had some damage he tried to repair. We'll see if it was enough or if he'll have to pit again. Alright, we're going to be coming out of turn number 4. Get the green flag. See the pace car down on pit road. These guys are lining up side by side, trying to keep even pace with the other line.
Green flag in the air.
Ooh, I think Dean might have missed a shift a little bit.
Larson goes high. Dean makes 3 wide with Kenny Trouton. Those two trying to take the lead back.
Baller move right there.
Dean concedes the corner a little bit. Maybe trying to get a little more momentum coming out of 4. Larson gets a little loose. Saves it miraculously. Almost going down to the inside wall.
Oh, Trouton sends it in.
Collects the 17.
That'll kill his momentum. He's got a 3-car battle now with Matt and Justin. Puts Matt in the wall, loses even more. Dean goes around. He'll hit the inside wall.
No caution for that thrown by iRacing. Dean gets it back under control. Gets it back going, but man, he's lost a half a lap.
Well, that is a race killer for him there. If this race goes green, he'll have to hit every lap perfect if he wants to contend again.
Yeah, he's got a 12-second gap to make up now.
Well, Larson definitely wanted to see that. He won't have to worry about Dean for a while unless a caution comes out.
Yeah, Dean got thrown around like a pinball there.
Yeah, very unlucky for him.
I would definitely hate to be his spotter right now because I'm sure Dean's got some words he's saying.
Yeah, I might have to turn my radio down for that one.
Looks like we're going to have a three-car battle here for third between Walbring, the 38 of Moreau, and the 60 of McNitt.
Matt takes it down low, 60 rides the ball. Will give Matt Moreau fourth position. He will now look to take third from Justin. Looks like he's got a few car lengths to make up before he can do that, though. He'll still have to defend from the 60 of Logan McNitt.
60's getting right back to his back bumper, though. Logan's having a pretty solid run here in that fifth spot. Last lap around, Kenny Troughton was 3/10 faster than our leader, Larson Parker.
Well, Larson may have made a mistake or overheated his tires somewhere, but he has caught up to Larson Parker. Larson had a couple of seconds of lead, and now it is barely a bumper, maybe a couple of feet at most. He'll expand it a little bit, but Kenny will be able to capitalize. He'll send it in. He gets alongside by the nose, but it won't be much.
I almost wonder if that 18, seeing the big gap that he had, kind of laid off, just trying to save tires for the end.
He might be trying to with the field all stretched out. I doubt we'll see another caution for a minute unless these two cause it. So being able to save your tires in a long race like this will definitely help you towards the end.
Troughton staying pretty glued to that back bumper. They're running pretty close to identical lap times. Actually, last time by they did.
Kenny gets a little bit of speed in the corner, but Larson conserves it and is able to build a gap on the straight.
Oh, Kenny a little sideways on entry on that one.
Kenny a little sideways on exit now too. Overheating his tires. If he keeps it up, he might not have enough speed for the end.
We'll jump on board with that number 25 machine and watch him work that steering wheel.
Yeah, he really has to work the wheel to catch it on exit.
That's where he's losing all of his time.
He'll send it into the corner again, right on the back bumper of Larson. And are a little higher this time, really have to work that steering wheel. He gets into the back of Larson. Gets a little sideways there. Larson will have to dive down trying to save it. That'll only help Larson, though. That builds up a little bit of a gap again.
Yeah, Kenny's trying everything he can, even helping him push him a little bit.
Yeah, it looked like it would have played into his favor that first second or two, but Larson was able to get it going.
With the way Kenny's driving that car, I think in the long run that's definitely going to hurt him. He's going to burn those tires up.
Yeah, he would have to make a move here soon if he wants a shot at having speed in the last 25 laps or so. Dives it into the corner again. These cars cannot get away from each other here. Maybe able to close the gap slightly, but not much. The way he's driving, he won't be able to pass him unless Larson makes a mistake.
that's not something we generally see out of that 18 machine. He's a pretty solid driver, pretty smooth, keeps his car under control most of the time. But Kenny is keeping that pressure right on him.
Larson is a very stable driver. He has wins in this series and in the Legends, and is top 3 in both series, I believe. He may even be the leader for the Legend series.
He is the leader for the Legend series, and he is a past RMRL champion in when we had the super late models years ago.
Yeah, Larson, a very strong wheelman there. As you can see, he's building the gap back up. Maybe Kenny's tires are starting to falter on him.
I did not get a chance to talk to the drivers. I'm not sure. I would imagine they have enough fuel to make it to the end, but they definitely won't have enough tires with the way they're driving.
The mini stocks can hold a decent amount of fuel. What they need to worry about, you're right, is the tires. I don't think they'll blow, but they will be very slow coming towards the end unless they are able to get a caution.
I know those guys farther back in the field, especially Dean Qualley, would love a caution right now.
Yeah, Dean this whole time, I would imagine, has been saving his tires, hoping that a caution comes out. If he can, he'll have much better tires than the rest of the field and will only have to make up a couple car lengths to get back to where he was originally. Kenny back to the bumper of Larson. It's a little squirrely out of that corner.
He's definitely not giving up.
Oh, there is no giving up in Kenny. He will race even after the checker is flown.
We just completed lap 25, so we're a third of the way through this event. Only one caution so far tonight. Kenny's getting a little loose there in the middle of the corner. See him correcting the wheels. He was turned pretty close to a 90-degree turn to the right.
Yeah, that driving style is not sustainable, especially only a third of the way into the show. Really sends it in that time. He washes way up. Larson will go a little low trying to defend. Looks like Kenny doesn't lose too much on that set of corners, though.
No, he definitely kept it pretty close. Well, these guys are battling. We better go back and check out Justin Walbring and Matt
Moreau and the boys.
Looks like Matt's
Just-
closing up the gap a little bit on Justin. And then Logan is right there as well.
Yeah, these three will have a battle in no time.
Just a couple car lengths separates third and fourth from fifth.
The one mistake from one of these guys and it'll be a heads up. All it takes is to get sideways one time, and all of a sudden you're fighting for fourth or fifth.
Or collecting
Matt
the
Moreau
wall a
getting
little
to the
bit.
wall. That'll allow Logan to take the inside and get alongside Matt Moreau. Will he be able to keep it coming onto the backstretch?
Matt's going to maintain position. That high line is just so much stronger.
Even if he's able to maintain, that gap is now non-existent. Logan getting loose, but still being able to get right to the bumper of Matt. Now maybe a car length separates them.
Even with that battling, they didn't lose any ground to Justin Walbring is in that 666 either. Actually, Matt closed him up quite a bit that time.
Yeah, Matt sends it hard into the corner. These three have really closed it up now. We have a fight on our hands. Justin using that extra hood intake to keep his third place position.
Keep that engine just a couple degrees cooler, a little extra horsepower.
Yeah, that couple of degrees will make a difference. Larson ended up blowing his engine one of the races. I don't remember
Oh,
which
that
one.
is right. I forgot about that.
Was it New Smyrna?
I think it
Where
was.
they were for the fans at home, they were redlining about halfway down the straight, and Larson, while leading, blew his motor. He'd have to settle for last in that event.
Oh, Justin's gonna get up into the
Justin,
wall.
that gap will now close between him and Matt Moreau. Matt gets slightly ahead. Matt will dive into turn 3. Justin will keep his line. Matt getting sideways there.
Matt's gonna
Matt will
clear him.
clear Justin. Barely. Justin will now have to deal with the 60 of Logan McNitt. I think Justin may have a little more right front damage on his bumper. I can't confirm. But he'll take it low into the corner, trying to get alongside Matt Moreau.
Justin right on the back bumper of that 38 machine.
Yeah, he's given it all he's got. He was conserving a little bit, being able to hold on to third, but now with Matt right in front of him, he's got to push to get that position back.
At the end of this lap, we're gonna be halfway through our A main.
You can hear the tires squealing all the way up here in the broadcast booth. These guys are using them as much as they can.
Yeah, they're pushing the heck out of these little 4 cylinders.
For as little power as they have, they are surprisingly fun to drive and very fun to race with.
I like them a lot. I like them a little more on dirt than I do on asphalt, but either way, I would love to drive these cars all day.
Yeah, I can definitely back that up. These are a lot of fun on dirt.
The 60 car looking to make a move underneath of Justin Walbring.
They'll be alongside at the straight. Larson able to use the draft of Matt to get slightly ahead coming into turn 3. At the apex, all 3 cars will be clear. Matt still holding on to third by what was half a car length and now is nothing. Justin pushing him to the corner, giving him the old bump and run. Both cars get a little sideways. Matt gets a little loose out of the corner. It's heads up going into turn 1.
Matt's gonna drive back by him though on corner exit.
Matt using the higher line to get more momentum. He will clear Justin slightly, but he'll dive right back into the corner, taking the low line. Meanwhile, Logan McNitt is able to close the gap, get alongside with Justin, just barely there, having a lift to let him in.
Looks like both Dean Qualley and Brad Steffen are in pits.
I think they'll be taking tires, hoping for a caution. I believe that'll put them a lap down, though. They'll have to fight for the free pass position.
Actually, it's gonna put Dean 2 laps down. I don't
Well, that's
know
really
if
unfortunate.
Brad came back out. I think he might be done for the evening.
Oh, did those two have an incident together then?
Not that it says on my ticker.
Larson making the gap between him and Kenny bigger. Isn't really much Kenny's able to do from where he's sitting. I think he's used up his tires.
Yep, and they do have almost a half a lap lead over second or third place now.
Yeah, these two have driven away from the rest of the field. How everyone's been using their tires, I doubt we'll see a charge to the front, especially with how much of a gap is between these two. As you said, half a lap between these two and third.
Oh, Justin Walbring has crashed.
Oh no.
Let's jump back and see what happened here.
Looks like he entered just a little too high.
Got stuck on
A
the
little
wall.
bit of that. The wall juts in a little to make room for that safer barrier, so if you're too close to it, it will bite you.
Yep, and then he jumped to the pits to keep us green, unfortunately for Dean Qualley. But I'm sure Larson Parker wanted to see it stay green.
Yeah, that'll only hurt Dean's chances now. There's less cars on the track to make mistakes.
Yep, that does move him up one position to fifth, though.
Dean will hopefully be able to salvage a top 5 out of tonight after becoming a ping pong ball in the field.
If Larson holds on to the win, that might allow him to take over the points lead from Qualley.
I think it will. I think that would be maybe a 10 or 12 point gap too.
Yep, and Dean only had a 5-point lead coming into tonight.
Yeah, this is not the night Dean wanted to have. He will almost guaranteed to forfeit his points lead and then some.
Very unfortunate for that 17 car. He was pretty fast in the heat race.
Yeah, him and Larson were able to hold it against each other. Pretty even there too. Would have been very fun to see who would take it, especially in the closing laps. Kenny's still getting a little sideways in those corners.
That battle for third is still pretty tight. Matt Monroe's able to hold off the 60 of McNitt, at least temporarily. We're going to be coming to 20 laps to go here pretty quick.
We have a 2-car battle for the lead, a 2-car battle for third, and then Dean in fifth. It's going to come down to these 2 cars and the 2 cars up at the front. I think now with Justin making the mistake, these 2 may cool it down a little. They could be mistaken. Logan will give Matt the bumper there.
Yeah, that's pretty close.
Try to get him out of the way, and I think they're alongside.
You can hear Logan working that throttle, trying to keep it down low, trying to get some momentum.
Yeah, trying to find the perfect time to floor it, get all of that momentum.
You can definitely see
Tapping
some
the
damage
wall.
done to the back end of that 38 machine, right by his driver's side rear tire.
Yeah, that white body's taking a beating there. Well, especially at the beginning of the race, Matt was going from second to fifth and back to third.
mistake by the 38 would all it would take.
Yeah, Matt's really just trying to keep his tires and hold on to his line. Any little mistake will send him 6 car lengths back, or worse, to the pits.
Yep, exactly.
Such little time left in the race, all these guys are playing with fire. Trying to get positions, trying to defend positions, but also trying not to wreck. With the alternate line these guys take, they are very close to the wall at all times.
McNitt trying to drive it in down deep, down low, but he loses probably half a car length on the 38 machine.
Yeah, the inside is just not viable at the moment for passing. He's gonna need Matt to make a mistake, or he's gonna have to use that chrome horn again. He'll dive it in, close that gap this time. He's looking low, but he won't take it.
He's trying everything he can to get by the 38 car clean, that's for sure.
Yeah, he's trying to keep it as respectful as possible, and he's doing a good job.
Up front, Larson Parker has gapped the 25 car now by a second and a half. So no pressure now from the 25 car to Larson Parker. I'm sure that 25 car has burned those tires up with the way he was sliding it through the corners.
Yeah, all those laps of diving it in and hoping it sticks has not worked out for Kenny Troughton.
So right now, this is the closest battle we got on the track. These guys have been battling this way for the last 30 laps.
Yeah, with these mini stocks, you can usually keep battles going for a long time. It's hard to break away unless you're breaking away with another car.
That 60 is definitely making up some distance on exit. Matt's driving it in a little deeper, but the 60's got a better run coming off the corner. Not this time, but last corner he did.
Yeah, the 60 just trying to give it all he's got. Gets a little sideways trying to get underneath Matt Moreau. Give up a car length and a half. I'm not entirely sure, but is that Dean Qualley right behind him in 5th?
No, actually, that's the 18 car about to put these two a lap down.
Oh, wow. I'm not sure what Larson and Kenny have put in their cars, but they're very fast, even with the burnt up tires.
Yeah, they're running 3 to 4 tenths faster than Matt and Logan at the moment.
I wonder what they're doing differently to get such a big difference, especially throughout the race, too. That is Larson Parker getting a little sideways coming out of 4.
Almost looked like he was running a slider line off a dirt track.
Sliding nobody. Maybe using up his tires, trying to put these two a lap down.
We got 9 laps to go for that number 18 machine.
Right now, all Larson needs to do is just hold his own and hope he doesn't get collected in an incident or make a mistake.
Well, the 60 might have a shot this time coming out of turn number 2.
Matt was looking slow in 1 and 2. Logan not able to get clear, but he'll have almost his full car ahead.
Matt trying
Matt
to
with
battle back on that high side. Ooh, into the wall.
Matt will hit the wall. Logan will get clear. Logan will take third. Larson behind these two, trying to put at least one of them a lap down. Larson will put Matt Moreau a lap down. There's now a huge gap between third and fourth. With a car in between, it'll be very hard for Matt to take that position back with so little laps to the end.
6 laps to go for our leader. He's gonna get a good run and put that 60 a lap down now.
There are now 2 cars on the lead lap. We saw something similar to this in the dirt cars race a couple weeks ago.
Yes, we did.
It was me in the 310. I was struggling to not get lapped. He almost lapped the whole field if he had more time.
That's a crazy when you go green for almost the whole race. That leader, without anybody battling him, is able to put down some wicked fast lap times.
Yeah, it is very disappointing if you are not the leader to see, but very fun if you are the leader, such as Larson Parker at the moment. He has 2 lap cars between him and Kenny. If he can keep it clean, it'll be virtually impossible. But there's always the looming threat of a caution. You see Mick, or sorry, not Mick, hi. You see Matt getting into the wall a little bit there.
Well, there's always the threat of a caution. You never know when you might have a mechanical failure too.
That has unfortunately happened to Larson. Hopefully for him, it won't happen for the rest of the season. Get all of that out of the way early.
All right, Larson Parker's gonna be coming to the white flag lap.
Four corners to take the win. He needs his motor to stay strong for 30 more seconds with a little more time to do a burnout. He might blow it there, but it won't matter if he can keep it clean.
Coming out of turn number 4, the 18 machine spinning across the finish line.
Yeah, that looked a little more intentional than some of the other instances we've seen tonight, but Larson Parker will take the win at Lucas Oil. Kenny Troughton in second, Logan McNitt in third, Matt Moreau in fourth, I believe Dean Qualley in fifth, Justin Walbring in sixth, and Brad Stefan in seventh.
Yes, sir. We'll give these drivers just a minute to get lined up and get some pictures, and then we'll get our interviews going.
Larson doing half a bullish victory lap before taking his burnout. Just redlining, destroying that poor line motor. Not really sure what's in these actually. Might have to look it up.
I do believe this is going to be the 60s, our first podium finish of the season.
Well, very good for Logan.
All right, we'll let these guys get up in the booth, and we will be back in just a couple minutes with interviews.
I'm very interested to hear what Kenny has to say. He was really using his tires there in the first few stages of the race.
grab our third place finisher. All right, bringing home that number 60 machine in third place. We got Logan McNitt.
What's going on?
Congratulations, buddy. I do believe this is your first podium finish with the Rusty Misfits Racing League.
Yeah, trying to keep up with my little brother, but that ain't happening so well.
He's quick.
Dude's good. I'll give him that much. Man, we had a battle for third go, and that was fun for a while.
Yeah, you and Matt were putting on a show there.
We were trying, and then there was another guy with us for a while, man, and we were battling.
Oh, yeah, that'd be the 666 of Justin Walbring. I think he got stuck in the wall, unfortunately.
I figured that was something, but yeah, that was fun. It was a good battle.
I'm sure we would have liked to have seen maybe one more caution to group you guys back up there at the end, but man, you guys put on a great show. I know you guys were battling for third for 30 laps. We're just right on each other, waiting for someone to make a mistake.
Oh yeah, we didn't really go nowhere. We were all stuck together for a while, and if I would have got back up to the front, I would have wrecked Larson. I'll tell you that much.
A little bit of brotherly love there, huh?
A little bit. He runs his mouth a lot, talks a lot of smack. That's all right though. It's fun.
Did you go take your wheel back from him yet?
No, I need to. I need to go repo my whole setup from him, computer and all.
Oh, you gave him his setup too?
Yeah, man. Let's get some mooch. It was fun though. Thanks for having me.
No problem. Look forward to seeing you again, Logan.
Yes, sir.
All right, finishing second again tonight. Twice the bridesmaid tonight, Mr. Kenny Trouton.
Howdy, howdy.
Man, you were throwing everything at that car in front of you for probably 50 laps before I think you finally burned up your tires.
Yeah, when I pulled off to go into the pits, I looked at my tires. My right front was 46, and Larson said his was like 65. I'm like, yeah, you got me there.
Oh, so you actually pitted for tires?
No.
Oh, okay.
I had 46% and he had 65
Oh, there at the
on the
end.
right
Okay.
front. Yeah.
That's a big tire difference there. We saw you slipping and sliding the whole race trying to get around Larson.
Yeah, I was trying to get around him, and then after a while, I'm like, let's just run his line and hope he burns it up. And unfortunately, it was me that was doing the burning up.
That 25 car was fast in both races tonight, though.
Yeah, I'll be honest. I wasn't as big of a fan as the mini stocks as I was the legends, but overall, good night. I'll take a P3 and a P2 anytime.
Heck yeah, buddy. Congratulations. We look forward to seeing you back after the baby's born.
Yeah, should be probably a week or so, and I'll probably be back.
Oh yeah. Well, congratulations, buddy, and congratulations on the baby. It's gonna change your life for the better.
I'm nervous, but also excited.
There you go, man. You have a wonderful night.
You as well.
I don't know about you, but I can't wait to race against baby Kenny Trouton.
Who wouldn't want to race against baby Kenny Trouton? Bringing up the 18 car, Mr. Larson Parker, getting it done twice tonight.
Good. It's good to see you twice in one night, Mick.
Man, that 25 car for probably 30 laps was doing everything he could to get around you.
Oh yeah, I saw him kind of driving his car a little harder than I personally would have. So I figured once I saw that and I just kept it nice and steady on the high side, that would definitely help me in the long run. And I'm glad that one paid off.
Yeah, he was driving the wheels off that thing.
Oh yeah, I could hear it, and I was like, yeah, I'm just gonna take my time and hopefully make it to the end this time.
Yeah, what was it? Last week you blew up?
No, last week I started second and fell back all the way to I don't even know what. It was the week before that I blew up.
Ah, gotcha.
I was hoping you guys forgot about that one.
Oh, definitely not, because it's not very often that something happens to that 18 car.
Nobody has a longer memory than a race car driver, even virtual ones.
So, yeah, I guess that's true.
Yeah, but regardless of that, you had a dominating race tonight, and we haven't seen the points yet, but I believe you will be taking the points lead back from Dean Qualley.
Oh, all right. Yeah, I didn't really. I don't really watch the mini stock ones, but that's really good to know. I might actually got to give Dean some shit now.
Yeah, Dean only had a 5-point lead coming into tonight.
Oh, all right. I like
Yeah.
what I'm hearing so far then.
With
So,
the 5th place finish, you leading most laps, that'll give you a decent lead heading into next week.
works for me. I thought maybe with the past few rough weeks I've had, I'd be a little further down on that list, but I guess I kind of am pulling it together.
So we did hear though that 60 said he's coming to repo his stuff.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Uh-oh.
And speaking of the points leader until
Yeah.
tonight, Mr. Dean Qualley,
Sorry, Dean, I wasn't talking shit.
You can talk shit, Larson. You earned it.
Okay.
Unfortunately, Dean got tossed around like a pinball there.
yeah, had a very unfortunate incident.
Yep. So I think my bad luck has struck.
Yeah, who's the
I passed it on.
Yeah,
who's the milk boy now, Dean?
What's that?
I said, who's the milk boy now?
Oh, you still are, bud. At least
Nope.
I'm back here sitting in my pits having a beer.
I've promoted. I'm drinking chocolate milk now.
Nice, nice.
With
3
a
more
straw.
years.
A little bit
I'll
of
have to
yoo-hoo.
take- I'll have to take a vacation to Canada to drink.
Oh, we were
Who
just
knows, I'll
talking to
bring some
Larson
go-karts.
about taking over the points lead after tonight.
So Larson's going to be gone now with the points.
You
I don't
never
know
know.
about that.
Could always blow another cylinder.
Yeah, I won't. I'll try not to money shift it again.
Yeah.
I didn't
Did
tell
y'all-
anybody, but that's what happened.
I've done
Y'all
that, but it's
suck.
been a long time since I've done that.
You know what, though?
I thought it was a super late model.
I'm
I've-
still here with my paddle shifters.
You know what, though? I don't really care about the points. I finally beat Larson one race after, what, 5 years, Larson?
I don't even know. Let me look at the plat. 2022 is when I'd first joined.
I
Heck yeah.
beat Larson in like 2 heats, and I think that's the best I'm ever gonna get.
Well, both races tonight was a heck of a show. It was fun all around. You guys put on a great show, and we look forward to seeing what next week's going to bring.
We headed to some small tracks next week.
Let's take a quick look.
I'm
Hick-
tired of drafting.
We're Hickory in the minis. And
Oh, I think it's New Smyrna or something in the Legends.
Yep, New
Yep.
Smyrna.
Yeah.
Looks like I'll be doing double duty in the broadcast booth next week. I spent all my money on milk. Can't afford the rest of the tracks.
Well, it's getting warm out. You should go out and mow some lawns for some cash.
It's too rainy over here in Ohio. We've been pelted with storms.
Oh, well, what a night, guys. I'd like to thank everybody for joining us here tonight at All the Dirt, and we're going to be back Thursday night with the Dirt Car Series, UMP Modifieds, and more mini stocks on dirt. So tune in Thursday night, and we will see you all.